Welcome to the Latrobe City Council agenda prep meeting. I want to welcome all of you. It's so nice to have all of you here. We're going to start out this evening with a moment of silence to the King. Latrobe lost an icon this weekend, and it is truly a sad day for us here in Latrobe. So I'd ask for a moment of silence in honor and memory of Mr. Arnold Palmer. Thank you. It is our privilege tonight to swear in a new council member, and we have with us this evening the Honorable Judge Mears. So I'd like you to welcome him, Judge. Our new council member, Christine Weller. She'll be down.
Coming down, okay. All right, if you'll just repeat after me. I, Christine Weller.
I,
Please raise your right hand.
I, Christine Weller,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge
and that I will discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
All right,
Judge.
thank you.
And let's all welcome Christine to the council. At this time, we're here to recognize some very special young people. I'd like to turn it over right now to our police chief, Chief Jim Boomar, to start the presentation.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I would like to thank everyone in attendance this evening. I would like to thank Madam Mayor Rosie Wolford and the City Council for making this evening possible. I would especially like to thank Councilwoman Jolie Beasy and Councilman Jack Murtha, who represent the Student Recognition Committee. For those of you who don't know me, I am Chief James Boomar of the Latrobe Police Department. I have been a police officer in Latrobe for 33 years. Through the course of my career, I was convinced that I'd seen it all. That was until July, when I boarded a plane for Haiti for missionary purposes. Upon my arrival in Haiti, I was immediately immersed in culture shock. I was completely taken back by the surroundings. The earthquake that happened 6 years prior looked like it happened yesterday. The poverty, the living conditions, the suffering, and the lack of basic needs were overwhelming. But I was nonetheless shocked in a different way. Perhaps a good way. Perhaps a comforting way. That shock was the reaction and the functional ability of 7 students I accompanied on this mission. The 7 students both male and female from ages 13 to 17, from different school districts and different backgrounds, were, to say the least, phenomenal. Despite the difficult environment, The students assimilated to the Haitian culture with relative ease. Their attitudes and work ethic was inspiring. The students started their missionary duties with such love and care and continued with the same intensity throughout their stay. Despite my education, training, and experience, I have never learned as much as I did on the trip from these 7 students. I learned the key to helping others. That key is not how much training and education you possess, not what material things that you can provide, but your ability to provide love. A love that is unconditional to all that you help. The students worked hard at everything they did. They did it tirelessly and always with a smile. There were no complaints, no resistance, nothing like that on their part. These 7 touched the people of Haiti in a way they would otherwise never be touched. I also learned that working with these 7 that insurmountable difficulties create heroes. These 7 are true heroes. Their love and compassion was contagious. Their desire to help and touch the lives of everyone they encountered was remarkable. I truly have been blessed to share this experience with these extraordinary students. These students are a credit to their generation. They are a reflection of excellent parenting and a true example to their peers. I am honored and privileged as a representative of the City of Latrobe to recognize these exceptional students for their humanitarian efforts this past July in the impoverished nation of Haiti. At this time, I will show a short slide presentation showing some of the students' work. At the end of the slideshow, I will turn the awards presentation over to Mayor Wolford. Thank you very much. turn it over to Mayor Wolford. Also, Jack, can you come down?
I'd actually like to ask that all the council members come down. About a year ago, we started talking about wanting to do some type of a program to recognize the young people in our community that do special things surrounding service to their community. And, you know, there's sports awards and academic awards and all those kinds of things, and we wanted to do something different. So we came up with this idea of doing a student showcase, where students in our community that do some type of public service work are recognized in our community. And so here we are today with our very first student showcase. We are honored to have you here with us, and we'll would like to call you up by name and present you with an award. Caitlin Swazerski. Sorry. My brain's
Madison Beck, she is from out east, and she was unable to attend, but we'll get her award and a copy of the slideshow, and hopefully she can do this on YouTube.
John Mazowicki. Luke Mazowicki. Zachary Williams. Keyshawn Williams. Anna Orange. On behalf of the City Council and the residents of the City of Latrobe, we want to thank you for your service to your community, and I think we can all rest assured that our future is in very good hands. What do you think, Judge? Pretty impressive, huh?
Very impressive.
Unfortunately, we have some boring business to attend to, so please bear with us. We'll get through it as quickly as possible. The agenda?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, on your the agenda is the 2017 Hoffman Kennel contract for vote next meeting. The price went up. Emergency calls went from $70 to $75, and the per month fee went from $265 to $270. So it's a $5 increase across the board. The next is the number 5 on the list is December 23rd. Normally what's been done with the union is that when a holiday falls on a Saturday, they can take it any time they want following that. Well, because you're so close to the end of the year, we've talked to the union and they're taking that on Friday.
Okay.
So it's really more of an operation on making it cleaner for our part. And the union's great. So
Okay.
just an FYI. Next is the, there's been a request, oh, I'm sorry, West Point Transit agreement. It's an annual thing. It went from $1,090 to $1,140, an increase of $50. Number 7 is a request for, we've been asked to add 2 drop-off locations at the Trinity Lutheran Church. I think this has been asked for before, but I'm not sure if council's interested in entertaining it or not. There's a parking lot just across the street, so there is some parking for them, but they're asking for 2 meters to be removed, and they could use that for a short-term drop-off. But again,
This is
that's...
on Weldon Street.
Yeah, it's on Love Street. Yeah, 331, I believe, Love Street.
We have talked about this before, and that's pretty much prime parking.
Yeah, well, I thought they have that little loop there. I thought they used that little loop.
They do have a place to drop off. I think they're asking for more spots. And like I said, it's really up to council. That is, you're right, that is a well-used location. It's really up to whether council wants to consider it.
What was our conversation last time, that they needed to just sort of self-manage that on their own?
Yeah.
Yeah, their own, what they had already had, yeah. But basically, I mean, people need to be in and out relatively smoothly, and or they can park over in the parking lot, just throw an nickel in and good to go.
I think the concern is where do you draw the line?
But she had asked, so I wanted to bring it up to council. All right, next is the, I guess, kind of Zach's looking for some guidance on the recreational burning within the city, kind of set some parameters, I think, so that you can look toward writing an ordinance that can be voted on.
Correct. Yeah, I've already provided council with a proposed draft ordinance that any suggestions on any edits or additions or removals on that would be appreciated. I've also provided a survey of similar municipalities in the county, what they're doing to regulate small recreational fires. So if I could just, I guess, either today or through emails, get some feedback and once they're even prepared, so we can have something that's more suitable.
Has anybody had a chance to really look at that?
I think the only thing we talked about was changing 10 feet to 15 feet.
Yeah, you and I have spoken about that, yes.
I can't remember, but was there a registration policy in that? Because I like what you said Murraysville did. Murraysville has, you have to,
It's a de minimis application fee.
Yeah.
And you just have to renew annually, so the city knows who's, or the municipality knows who's engaging in that activity.
I kind of liked that idea. I don't know if that was in there, I can't remember.
Right, I don't believe that mine has a permitting process in it.
It doesn't.
But we can put that in, and it's a good idea because when they submit their application, you can always give them a copy of the ordinance, so it's an education opportunity for the public as well.
Plus the fee is really just to cover the cost incurred by the city.
Right, it can only be sufficient to cover the cost of reviewing the application.
Madam Mayor.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Jim?
Yeah, I'd like to say a few words about the burning ordinance. I know that, we saw a film here tonight about poverty in Haiti and that there. And I noticed a lot of the, trash laying around and the water. I think we should seriously consider this burning ordinance because I think there's an awful lot of people that have lung problems and asthmatic problems. And I think that this would contribute to this in the city of Latrobe, where out in the open, you've got a different situation. Plus, you're talking about probably an increase in real estate taxes, insurance taxes, things like that. So I think we should take a hard look at it before we make a determination. I would be totally against it. And I would like to see how the police chief and the fire chief feels about this too.
Yeah, well, Jim, we've talked about this for a while, and I think we're going to continue to talk about it for a while before we get to a vote. I know that the chief and both chiefs are not big proponents of it. I don't want to speak for you guys, but at the prior meetings, that was my understanding. Am I correct?
Well, go ahead, I mean, I'm not gonna be telling you that like I said, I'll deal with whatever comes our way, but I am not a proponent of it.
And I think we're just trying to get a feel from the public as to, Because there's a lot of people that are for it. At this point, I think we've heard more pros than cons. You know, we're representatives of the people, so, you know, we're trying to get as much information from folks as we can to make a decision. So there will be continued discussions. You know, once we get to the point where we're comfortable with an ordinance, then there's a process that we'll have to go through before we would even get to a vote.
And what I can do is on the initial ordinance that I already prepared, I may tweak it a little bit.
Speak up a little bit, right?
What?
Please speak up a little bit.
With the original ordinance the draft that I prepared previously, I might update that to include some of the terms in the 2015 International Fire Code as well, to make sure that we're staying in line with that.
I have
I'm sorry.
a question, and I don't know if it's relevant, but if we would adopt a code like this, is it possible to give the chief, the fire chief, some kind of ability to fine for that, or is that strictly limited to the police? Chief Boomer? For code enforcement. Chief Boomer, did you hear my question? Okay, I know it's hard to hear. If we were to adopt an ordinance such as this, is it possible to give, what was it?
Fire chief.
Yeah, no, the fire chief, but, or the code enforcement officer, in addition to the police, the ability to fine people for that? Or is that strictly a policing?
That's not determined by me.
Pardon me?
That wouldn't be determined by me. That would have
Okay,
to
it
be
would be determined by the ordinance
the courts, too.
and the courts?
We can treat it as a zoning matter that would be under the responsibility of the code enforcement officer.
You know, more than likely we'll call it a code rather than the police,
Okay.
the traffic and what they normally do.
Yeah, the problem is that's going to be done after hours. The code officer's
Sure.
not working, so I'm trying.
I don't know if it's
And
junction
the fire chief's the one that's going to be getting the call.
Sure. Well, that's nice.
Yes, sir.
As we announced in there last weekend, that illegal fire pit 3 doors down from me, the smoke ran me off my porch and came in my house. Called the fire chief. In 10 minutes he came and made me put it out. And that's just the beginning of what we're going to get. And I would like to know if he consulted the fire chief on all these measurements he's coming up with for the ordinance.
We're just in the beginning stages of it.
Oh,
of
you're gonna be
creating
on
the ordinance,
paper.
So we, you
I
know,
just wondered if he was consulted.
well, he will be when we get to something.
And John did receive copies of it, so I don't know if he's had a chance to look at it or not, but John did receive copies of it.
Yeah, I got your email.
Yeah.
I did review it, and I also believe that all parties involved, including police chief and public works director Mike, and we should all kind of be on the same page, because this could. My concern is there are people that will do the right thing, but there are multitudes of people that will take advantage of the situation.
Well, I think the problem we have now is it's going on. It is going on out there, and we really, you know, so
I've had 3 in the last
if
5 days.
if we require people to register and pay a very small registration fee, and then if they're not registered, then I would opt for a very heavy fine if somebody isn't registered and is doing that. But I'm not saying, you know, we're a long way off from, I think we're a long way off from this becoming, getting to the floor for a vote, but it's important discussion that we need to have, so.
Is there a particular city's code that we could point the public to? I mean, I think there's a lot of people in the dark about what it is we're looking to write into an ordinance, and since we're not publishing drafts.
Yeah.
Well, I think once
Is
we
there
get
another city, like, should we point them to Murraysville, should we point them to, I mean, virtually every municipality surrounding us, it's legal for recreational burning.
A lot of municipalities have passed the International Fire Code, and a section of the International Fire Code, I believe it's section 307, open burning and recreational fires. That's what a lot of municipalities in the area have adopted. Greensburg, Menneson, New Canaan, Irwin, South Greensburg, Southwest Greensburg, Jeanette. Unfortunately, that's the International Fire Code is a generic document that's not designed to be specific to any one municipality. So it's a baseline and it's a good starting spot, but even that allows a lot of things that, you know, it's evident that council or the chief, fire chief would be comfortable with. Because it prevents bonfires and things of that nature. So in short, there aren't many municipalities that have gone to the lengths that we have wanted to go to within the county.
And to your point, as soon as there's something to look at, it will certainly be available downstairs. You know, for the public. That's the same thing with the bee and chicken orders. We have a lot of people come in, and a lot more than we expected, coming in for the bee and chicken orders radar.
Madam Mayor, on that international fire code, I was just glancing through it on my phone. I didn't have it on paper. There's a point there that says that any type of smoke going into somebody's window is illegal. How many times are you going to have that, Zach?
Well,
You know what I mean?
We're already having it, so I think that we're going to have it.
So it's okay, we're already having it?
Yeah, but it does when you barbecue. Where's my smoke go when I'm cooking on the grill? It goes to people's windows over
What is
short.
this heavy house?
It's not heavy wood.
We might come over and eat.
Right, and there's been discussion had about not having it be wood fuel, but having it be propane or charcoal briquettes. And that those are the types of comments that I'm interested in getting from council, so I can have a better ordinance moving forward.
I just don't see how we'll be able to enforce when everybody registers. You know, this is just going to create.
Well, I think the way you enforce the registration is that you have a pretty hefty fine for not registering. And believe me, people, and if people will call, they'll call. And I think, you know, look, we're not enforcing it now, and it's going on in a lot of places in the downtown. And I understand your point, sir. That doesn't mean it's okay, but we're trying to, at least I am, trying to come up with a compromise that everybody can be comfortable with, where we aren't infringing upon anybody. So.
Well, Madam Mayor, the only time I particularly get called out is when it goes on. Once it goes there, I have to go do my thing as far as, you know, investigating what's going on. Because a lot of times it comes in as a smoke investigation, and then it comes in as they can see flames, they can do this. And, I actually, the one person did have a real nice propane unit. Almost hated to tell them they couldn't do it. But I think right now they're under the false pretenses that they're seeing this in the paper. And
So they have to pay and they're allowed, yeah.
Yeah, and they think they can do it right now. I've had numerous emails, and I said, listen, they are looking at amending the ordinance to allow this to a degree. I said, but it hasn't happened yet, and it may not happen until after the first of the year. I said, I don't have a time frame. I can't give you one. I said, but as of right now, the only thing I can tell you is I'm here to tell you you can't do it because it's against the ordinance. And I haven't gotten too much resistance. There's going to be a few. My main concern is the leaves, the cardboard, the paper, stuff like that. If they're burning good hardwood, and what they're supposed to be burning, but again, that comes down to who is going to go out and enforce the ordinance. I have to go when I'm called. That's because everything's that goes through 911's on a recorded line. And if I tell them, well, you know, I'm not going, then it comes back that I refuse to.
Yeah, I understand.
So, but that's just, like I said, I know it's a ways off, but I think we need to get something into the paper saying that as of right now, the ordinance has not been changed. We're just looking at it.
Right.
Because that's what's giving the people.
Yeah, I would appreciate that too, because we want input. You know, we want input from the community.
Well, the best way, like I said, I think all of your department heads, like I said, Chief Bomar and Ann, Mike and myself, I'm sure we can, you know, sit down and rationalize over some of this stuff. I don't want to be the one that says, hey, you know, that I don't want somebody to, you know, have something that may be a good thing, but
yeah, and I hate.
The problem is you've got this many on this side that are going to do the stupid things.
Yeah, and I kind of hate to punish the people that are going to follow the rules.
I agree. Like I said, I know how things go.
I'm torn. I struggle with this. I think it's tough.
Well, the ordinance has been there for a long time. And
Yes.
It's kind of.
Well, you talk about punishing the people that are not So what about the people that affects their health? The health is not more important than somebody grilling some hot dogs or something. The health issue of the smoke is my concern. It doesn't seem like anybody cares about it.
No, that's not true.
That's what I think, that's the way it appears to me.
It's not that we don't care, I think it's just,
You know, it seems like one person wants this and then the whole city's in an uproar over it.
It's not that one person wants it, it's just there's been requests for a long time from residents asking to do that, and our job is to represent the residents. And that's why we're looking for input from the residents, and it's like anything else. We're
A lot of
democracy,
residents
so it's
don't-
a majority.
Excuse me, a lot of residents won't stand up and speak. They're afraid. They're afraid
They
of,
can write us a
they're afraid of
letter.
the next door neighbor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out there too, as a taxpayer, I'd also, when you're looking at what ordinance you want, what's the cost going to be to enforce the ordinance? This is nighttime, are we going to have overtime? What kind of money is going to go into enforcing?
Those are all very valid points.
What's the insurance?
On the other side of the table, though, just because I'm trying to look at everything, we're not reinventing the wheel here. A lot of other municipalities are doing this, and they don't appear to be having major problems.
Is
But
there
that's all
houses-
part of our investigation.
I'm sorry, are their houses close to ours?
Yeah, Greensburg.
Jeanette, Irwin, Greensburg, Jeanette, Irwin, Greensburg.
Why do we have to be like everybody else?
We're not doing this to be like.
Yes, sir.
Doing
I
this.
live down in the first ward.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I live down in the first ward of mine.
Okay.
Okay, on the other side of Cricket Junior Township, they get the burn. They burn everything. I can smell that at my house 2 blocks away. So,
A lot
I
of
know
your
what your
work,
concerns are with things. I got things myself. But why should I not be allowed to do it and they can't? I'm gonna
and a
smell
lot of
it.
your problems, sir, comes from Union County. 'Cause they
They
burn
got the
everything.
one last week, it was City of Latrobe.
Right, I know that, but you had said
And that's
before
just
that
the
you're right on
beginning.
the border, and they burn everything there, don't they? Okay.
This is, yeah, I think the discussion's premature. This is why, the sooner we get something in the public's hand to say this, yes, this, no, this, because right now it's just yes, burn, or no, don't burn. And there's a gray area in between that.
Well, there's no gray area in the world. There's an ordinance that says, no, they're not allowed to do it right now. Well, that ordinance.
I know, I'm talking about potential.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that they're not realizing, all they see in the paper is that it's being looked at, because when I went to these places, they said, we saw stuff in the paper that were on recreational fires. I said, no, it's, yeah.
So let this council make a commitment that in the next, before the next council meeting, we will review the information that Zach sent us more closely, get any comments, changes, corrections, things, issues to Zach, and then we'll discuss this again under old business at the meeting, which I won't be at, so you'll be in charge on November 10th.
I just have one more comment.
Yes.
To me, it seems like everybody's mind's made up.
Mine's not.
That's the way it seems.
Mine's not. I honestly can see both sides of the
Both
argument.
sides of mine are already made up.
Your mind's made up.
My mind's been made up because I
Yeah.
want to breathe. It's my right to breathe fresh air, not smoke.
My mind is not made up. And it, I mean, I see both sides of the argument. So, okay, noise
Moving
ordinance.
on to the discussion of noise ordinance. I know Zach's mentioned that we had a resident complain about noise from a business. I think it's up to council, but it's difficult to, I shouldn't put words in Zach's mouth, but I believe it's difficult to enforce.
Well, I did look into this. With the specific property at issue here, I did look into the Pennsylvania liquor control laws, and there is a statute in that law that provides that establishments that do have loudspeakers for music, things of that nature, the noise isn't supposed to leave the property. So if noise is leaving the property the way that it apparently reportedly is, then he would have the ability to contact the liquor control board, or the law provides him a remedy himself to file a civil action or an injunction to enjoin the use of loudspeakers. So for the specific issue at hand, there is a remedy available so long as he's located within 500 feet of the property line.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure how close it is, but even then, you can have the district attorney's office look into it variety of other people that can look into it. So, under the liquor control law, they shouldn't be having noise using the property the way that it reportedly is. With regard to what other municipalities have done, some municipalities will consider it disorderly conduct violation. Others, specifically Murraysville and Penn Township. Penn Township is a pending draft of the ordinance, but it's going to be enacted, as I understand it, very shortly. But especially with Murraysville, those are two sophisticated ordinances that require listening devices, a lot of math.
A lot of math. I don't think that's where your strong suit is that?
Not anymore. And Murraysville's ordinance actually has an equation, a lot of,
I'm guessing some of these young folks could help us.
but there's a variety of things that you can do to address it, but issue at hand seems to be covered by the control order.
Okay.
All right.
That's it for agenda items?
That is it for agenda items.
I got to remind council about the chamber dinner on October 24th.
I meant to remind her, but I forgot.
I'm going to be going with Carpenter, so my seat's available, so I would like us to fill a table if we can. So,
Yeah, I think there's an individual or two that we need to get, what their menu is.
yeah, you have it on here.
Thank you.
You have it
I had a
on
note
my
somewhere, thank
cheat
you.
sheet.
That's
Okay.
why I couldn't remember. Yeah,
We're going to adjourn to executive session, so thank you all very much for coming tonight. This was really great, and again, congratulations to the envelopes. Good job, well done. Thank you.